Every week, Dreamlight Valley players flex their creativity through DreamSnaps, whether a decor or outfit challenge. From ballroom to outer space themes, they bring their imagination to life by designing the most beautiful photos, and I always look forward to seeing what players will come up with next. So much so that I've been voting on dozens of submissions each week to discover who really rose to the challenge. Today, I will be sharing my top 10 submissions from voting that I thought really shined above the rest, whether it was because the player went above and beyond, had a clever idea, or just a really stunning photo. I would like to mention that although I have consistently done well in DreamSnap rankings, and I think I have a good idea for what looks good, these are subjective opinions. I've seen so many great photos in voting that it was hard to choose just 10, and these just happen to be some of my personal favorites. Also, just because myself or others may love a particular photo doesn't necessarily mean it will ultimately rank well, as there are multiple factors involved in how a submission places, like tags, random pairings in voting, and individual voting preferences. The following submissions will be from this week's voting pool for the Sport Savvy Challenge, which was an outfit challenge. Even though it is an outfit challenge, I do think the background is really important, and I will give my impressions of the entire photo since it is a photo challenge as well. Now, let's get into it. Before I share my top 10, I do want to give an honorable mention to a simple but gorgeous photo I came across while voting. I think this photo is a really great example of how you can do a very simple dream snap for an outfit challenge, but still make it stand out. This player chose a hill in Eternity Isle and used the natural background as their backdrop. They set the time of day to what I think is one of the best times for lighting in Dreamlight Valley, and that is when the moon is rising but the sun is still setting. So they have the moon and the ship in the background, but the sun is setting in the foreground, so it still shines plenty of light on their character. Speaking of the character, they have a great outfit on for the Sports Savvy theme. It looks like they stopped to take in the view while hiking, and other than the lighting, the only thing that they did was get some sparkles in the shot, probably from a character. The trees and shrubs that were already there framed their character very nicely, and they line up the shot so there wasn't too much empty space around them. They did such an awesome job working with the environment, and I loved how this turned out, so I wanted to give it an honorable mention. Number 10. I saw a lot of indoor gym and yoga photos in voting, but I thought this particular dream snap was just really bright, and I love how colorful this one is. I really love the red outfit that the player chose for their character. The crop top and sweats definitely give yoga outfit, and I even love the hairstyle choice with the pink bow. I appreciate the choice of the green bamboo wall and the wood flooring, as well as the flowers, which added a very inviting feeling to the space. I even like how they place the mats in different directions and placements. If you've ever been to a crowded yoga studio, you know sometimes you just need to squeeze in wherever you can, and it gave me that feel. The windows on the sides give an open, airy feel, and I like the details like the clothing rack for jackets and shoes, the shake on the floor, and of course the mannequins with the different yoga outfits on. And I especially love the Lion King items on the back wall, especially the picture window because it creates such a beautiful shadow on the floor, but it also lets some light in. This player did a really great job of creating a tranquil yoga studio, and I definitely want to take my next yoga class there. Number 9. This next submission also gives a very tranquil feel with a workout area on the beach. The player really thought about their outfit and the background, and between the trees, shrubs, and placement of the items they used, they filled the space out really well. They took advantage of a lot of the foliage from the DLC, like the cactuses and the Venus flytraps. Also mixed in are standard items like the torches, the mirror in the back, and the strength test, but they added in some more unique items from the DLC like the treadmill and workout set. I love the path they chose and how the sand is peeking through, and the border path really helps frame the area and make it look like a defined space. And of course, the outfit is so important in an outfit challenge. They have their character front and center in a beach-friendly outfit, perfect for a workout in the tropical weather. The pig-style hairstyle they chose is really adorable, along with the cute monkey on their arm. They look like they are really enjoying their time in the sun. This whole submission really made me smile. Number 8. Doing a dream snap with a specific reference can be risky because not everyone will understand the reference you are making. However, with this submission, I instantly got the Spice Girls reference, and I thought it was a really clever idea. If you don't know who the Spice Girls are, they are an all-girl UK pop group from the 90s, and one of the members was Sporty Spice. And I love how they used the mannequins and gave each one of them a look that represents the other Spice Girls. And of course, Sporty Spice in the middle has a very athletic outfit on with the green halter and the sweatpants and sneakers. They made their character the star of the show, and I really like how they made a performance space with the stage set in the back and the microphone and amps. All the colors really pop, and I think the lighting looks really good. I really appreciate the creativity on this, and even though I'm sure some players may not get the reference, I do actually think there's a lot of millennials that play Dreamlight Valley, so I think there will be a decent amount of people that get the reference right away. And I do think they will appreciate the imaginative and humorous idea like I did. Number 7. I was excited to see this submission in voting because I also chose to go in a fishing direction for my DreamSnap, and I always love seeing different takes on similar ideas. This player chose to create a fishing area in a colder environment, and I love all the blues and whites which make the area look frosty but bright. It looks like they may have even used a filter on it, and if they did, it definitely works for this photo. Everything looks really sharp and you can see all the details. The setup itself is quite simple, but the character really stands out in their wintry blue outfit, perfect for fishing in cold weather. And I really like the long blonde hair with the hat on. I just love all the items they chose to use, like the campfire on the side, the chair and cooler, and of course the wooden planks to make a dock. I even like that they use part of Moana's boat and have the fish peeking in from the foreground. And I especially love that they got Goofy fishing in the pond. It's almost always bonus points in my eyes when you get a character or critter in the photo. This player did a really great job with their submission. Number 6. Much like my honorable mention, this submission is a great example of a simple photo with beautiful lighting. The glow from the sun really illuminated the character and makes them the focus of this DreamSnap. The red outfit pops, and I love how the golden hair and top they chose tie in the yellow bike and the gold bushes in the back. But they didn't stop with just the reds and the golds. They made this really colorful with the green grass showing and the green bench on the side where Buzz is casually resting. I love the pops of purple, especially the butterfly flowers peeking in from the foreground, which really frame the character and the overall shot. A lot of the items are up front, but then they create distance in the back with a variety of trees. I even love the single lamppost by the bench. It looks like their character was going for a bike ride in the park and stopped to rest, and there was a friendly raccoon there to greet them. This photo is so inviting that I'd love to travel along the path with them. Number 5. And here is another beautiful yoga-inspired photo, but this time they took it outdoors into a tropical setting. First, they have a really nice outfit on with the green hoodie. They have their shades to shield their eyes from the sun, and I think the headband is really cute along with the hairstyle. But I love all the attention to detail in the shot. The greenery they added all around is really lovely, especially the trellises, which is a craftable item from the DLC. I also love that they set up a smoothie or juice bar and added the drinks around the yoga mats. I thought that was a nice little touch. They added additional details like the fountains and jacuzzi in the back, as well as the starfish and shells on the ground. And I'm so glad that they have their character placed in the sun. They are a little further back but plenty close to see their outfit clearly since it is an outfit challenge, but the glow from the sun really makes their character lit up. And last but not least is probably my favorite part, which is having their character stretching on the yoga mat. And they even caught Woody dropping to the ground, and it looks like he requires some stretching, perhaps to loosen his muscles after a long day of playing sheriff. This snap is really beautiful, but I also love the bit of humor with Woody. Number 4. We have another snap that is fairly simple at first glance, but the more you look at it, the more you can appreciate the choices they made. For indoor submissions, I really love when players take advantage of the different lighting options, and this player did a really great job with their lighting. They chose to use the industrial yellow lights above their character and Gaston, which helps to illuminate them a little bit more. And I love the way the light is reflecting off the window. They chose an outfit with blues and blacks, which stand out from the reds and pinks of the rest of the photo. You can see that they created an indoor gym space with Gaston's workout unit and the treadmill, but it's the additional details that make me really love this photo. They dropped items on the ground like the electric powers and wagon wheel, and it looks like Gaston may be there to save the day and fix the treadmill. I especially love the setup on the right. It looks like they created a protein shake bar, and of course they have eggs for Gaston. They even brought LeFaux into the mix. The mannequin as the employee looks great, and I love that they even have the employee of the month photos above the lockers where gym goers can store their possessions while they work out. I think I'd probably be a little intimidated by Gaston walking into this gym, but I think the gym itself and the friendliness of their character would win me over. Number 3. Sometimes you can create a really great DreamSnap in an area you already have decorated in your valley. And I could be wrong on this one, but I do believe that that is the case here. It looks like they chose to use a spot in their valley that is already decorated, and that can be difficult in its own way for DreamSnap. I know in my valley the areas I've decorated usually won't work for a DreamSnap, because once I get into camera mode, it's a different angle and I usually can't capture anything in the foreground, or the space is too wide open. But here the space is filled out, and they have things in the foreground like part of the fountain and the bush up front. It looks like they were going for a jog or bike ride around their plaza, and their character is perfectly dressed with the t-shirt, hoodie and shorts, as well as the hat and headphones. I love all the pops of color, especially the big butterfly they managed to capture in the foreground. And I love that they have some different items in their plaza, like the vine lamps and the balloons. And of course, Stitch looks absolutely adorable following them around. I think this is a really lovely shot, and however they did it, this snap turned out really well. Number 2. I love seeing unique ideas, and this DreamSnap is one of the more unique ones I saw in voting. First, it looks like they went for a snorkeling or a scuba diving theme. It is harder to get higher tags with the one piece, but I do really love the wetsuit they were wearing with the snorkel mask. They even chose a hairstyle that I think is perfect for a beach or underwater setting, because to me it looks like that wavy hair you often get after you emerge from a body of salt water. I also love that they chose to have a sea turtle by their side. It looks like they set up an area where they and Donald are studying ocean life, or maybe they are looking for treasure under the ocean. They have a tent set up with books and scrolls, which leads me to believe they are on the hunt to discover something special. I think Eternity Isle makes a beautiful backdrop, especially with the waterfall in the background. They even thought about their foreground by adding some plants, and I love that they use these craftable fountains as well. The water shooting up gives a beautiful glow in spots, along with the lamps they used on the left side of the photo. Overall, I think their character looks amazing, along with the background and all the details they use. Awesome job on this submission. Number 1. There are so many submissions in DreamSnaps each week, and there are varying levels of skill and creativity, but every now and then I will see a submission that stops me in my tracks, and I just have to say, wow. For me, this submission was my biggest wow this week. This submission is so beautiful that it's also hard to tell whether they had this area built already or created it just for this DreamSnap. The amount of detail in this photo is really amazing. First, let me say that their outfit is really adorable. I love that they chose red for their outfit to match the red tent off to the side, and the outfit works really well for the warm desert. I really love that they posed with the monkey because that's become my favorite of all the critters. I think the monkey offers some of the best poses too. They use buildings like the Desert Palace up front and Scrooge's shop in the back, and it looks like they're going for a jog around a resort or a desert marketplace. I really love all the different plants they use. They really leaned into the green and orange tones, which looks really beautiful. And the way they use plants and trees of varying heights gives it a lot of visual interest to the area. They even mixed up the pathing going from stones into the wooden planks. And I absolutely love the blurred cactus in the foreground. There's another item on the right in the foreground that is blurred as well, but I'm having trouble figuring out what that item is. Let me know in the comments if you figure out what that item is. I would love to know because I'm racking my brain, but I can't seem to figure it out for some reason. And I'm really familiar with all the items in this game because I've been playing since day 1 pretty much. I just think this photo is absolutely stunning. I love the colors, how they create distance with the foreground and the background, all the foliage, and of course the cute outfit for an outfit challenge. And even the lighting is beautiful, which I hadn't even mentioned yet. They obviously have the sun on them, and it just brightens up the entire photo. This player put together an absolutely gorgeous picture. I was super impressed with this, and it's definitely my favorite DreamSnap I saw in voting this week. There were so many amazing submissions I came across in voting that it took me a really long time to narrow them down just to 10. I mean, I even had to throw in an honorable mention because it was so difficult for me. But these players really rose up to the Sports Savvy Challenge, and it was a pleasure to be able to share these special snaps. Let me know in the comments which of these was your favorite and why. Also, I would truly appreciate it if you would hit that like button and subscribe if you are not already. To stay up to date on newly released content, be sure to turn on notifications and follow me on my socials. That way you can be notified when I put out a new video or go live. I hope you have a magical day.